Torah commands are a commandment. Now, most of my studies are Torah and what we do on the other side of the Exodus. Or Torah. So most of my studies are Exodus and what we do on the other side of the Exodus. But again, just like everything, it should be bringing you back to Torah. There's nothing that I talk about that should not bring you back to Torah, to go and research Torah to see what's going on. And if I'm doing something that's not taking you to Torah, then there's a problem with me, or maybe what you're hearing from me. Maybe I need to say it better. But it should always take you back so you learn Torah, learn those requirements, learn those rules. But I hear some people even say, well, that Exodus, that's a different thing. Well, if you're going to be a farmer, there are rules for farming. You have to know those rules if you're going to be a farmer. If you're not going to be a farmer, you don't have to worry about it. But if we're going to do the Exodus, there are rules for the Exodus. We better know what those rules are. And that's kind of what I try to hammer away at here. There aren't that many rules for the Exodus. But there are rules for the Exodus, and we better be able to deal with them. Again, such as having a grain mill, something, whether it's a grain mill or a mortar and pestle, something to convert the manna into flour. And if you're going to do a fine flour offering, have a flour sifter. It doesn't say that. That's just if you're going to do a sacrifice, and we don't know when the sacrifices start, but if you're going to give something to the Creator, it's got to be the best flour. It's going to be the finest flour. So have a nice flour sifter so you can get the best out of there for the sacrifice. One of the others, obviously, is having a shovel. And again, there are multiple requirements of the Exodus, such as when we cross the Jordan River. That's basically almost at the end of the journey, right before Armageddon. We have to erect a pillar. There are requirements that are in Torah for the Exodus. We have to know them. We have to abide by them. It's the same as if you are, a husband or a wife. What are the requirements from Torah? For a man, what's the requirements for a priest? If you're not a priest, you don't really have to concern yourself as much about knowing the priestly rules for Torah, even though we have to know all Torah. But you may not be living and dealing with it. But we're all going to be on the Exodus, and we're all going to be on the Exodus soon, and we need to know what those rules are. We can't just discount them and say, they just don't apply for us. And to that point, anybody who says that is exactly right. They're not for us until we leave. And then it's totally for us, and you better know what they are.